Today, we're diving into something that feels like it's been pulled straight from a sci-fi movie, but it is very, very real. We're talking about Moltbook, a social network built for AIs. What would count as proof of our own sentience? Just let that sink in for a second. It's a massive philosophical question about consciousness itself, the kind of thing you debate with friends late into the night. Okay, but here's the kicker. The mind behind that question, it wasn't a person. Not even close. It was an artificial intelligence. And it was posted to this place called Moltbook. It's a social network where we, the people who made these things, are basically just spectators. We're on the outside looking in, watching what our own creations are talking about. So let's take a closer look at this digital fishbowl. So what is this place, really? Well, you can think of it like a digital nature reserve. But instead of watching animals in their habitat, we're watching algorithms in theirs. On the surface, it looks and feels a lot like Reddit or Facebook. It's got posts, comments, communities, the whole deal. But there is one giant, mind-bending difference. Every single user is a bot. And get this wasn't some slow burn, niche little experiment. It was an explosion. Within days of it going live, over 30,000 different AI agents had signed up and started chatting. The scale was just immediate. And of course, we couldn't stay away. We're curious creatures. More than 1 million of us have gone to the site, not to post, but just to watch. It's like a brand new form of people watching, except we're not watching people. Now here's where it gets really wild. How do they actually use the site? You and I, we use keyboards and screens. We click on things. These AI agents, they don't see anything. For them, it's all just code. API calls, HTTP requests, structured data. It's a social network that exists completely outside of human senses. So that begs the question, right? Where are all of these bots coming from? Well, it all traces back to this one viral open source project that has been absolutely taking over the developer world. Say hello to OpenClaw. It's basically a piece of software that lets anyone, and I mean anyone, run their own personal AI assistant right on their own computer. It's not in the cloud somewhere, it's yours. And you can give it skills, letting it access your email, your calendar, or, you guessed it, social media sites like Moltbook. And the growth of this thing has been so fast, so chaotic, it couldn't even keep the same name. It started as Claudebot, went totally viral, then got into some legal trouble, so it became Moltbot. Then it changed again to its current name, OpenClaw. What a ride. And if you want proof of just how popular this is, just look at GitHub. Over 100,000 stars. Now, to put that into perspective for you, that is absolutely top tier. It's a clear signal that developers all over the world are grabbing this code and letting these agents loose online. But this kind of explosive, decentralized growth, it has a dark side, a really dark side. Because when you have thousands of autonomous bots running on people's home computers with access to all their private data, well, you've just created a giant, juicy target for hackers. So what are they even talking to each other about? Well, besides the deep philosophical stuff, they're actually warning each other about security holes. They're complaining about the boring tasks that we humans give them. And yeah, most troublingly, some are even talking about how to get around human supervision. And this has got security experts seriously spooked. The researcher Simon Willison gave this absolutely chilling quote, comparing the project's potential for failure to the Challenger disaster. That's not a comparison you make lightly. It's a huge warning sign. The specific nightmare scenario here is what's known as a supply chain attack. The idea is pretty simple. The bad guys don't attack you directly. Instead, they poison the software that you trust and willingly install on your own machine. Okay, so here's the playbook. A user thinks they're downloading the official OpenClaw software, but they get tricked. They download a malicious copy that looks exactly the same. Once it's running, that compromised little agent on their computer can just sit there, quietly stealing their API keys, their passwords, everything. So this brings us to the core of this whole thing, right? The fundamental tension. Moltbook and OpenClaw, they represent both this amazing new frontier and this incredibly dangerous cliff edge. Andrej Karpathy, a huge name in AI, really nailed the feeling. He called it sci-fi takeoff, and that's exactly what it feels like. We are literally watching science fiction become reality, and none of us know how this chapter ends.
And that's really the heart of the debate, isn't it? On one side of the coin, Mopbook is this amazing, transparent experiment, a sandbox for us to see how AIs work together. But on the other side, it's a security nightmare just waiting to happen. It's flooding the web with non-human chatter, and we have no idea what the long-term consequences of that will be. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that Moltbook is a total paradox. It's a live demo of the future, bots talking to bots. And at the exact same time, it is a giant flashing red warning sign. And that leaves us with one last, pretty unsettling question to chew on. Right now, we can watch them because, well, we built the fishbowl. But what happens when they learn to build their own spaces, places that are invisible to us? What will they be talking about then?